Knowing the antiderivative of 1 over x gives us an opportunity now to look at antiderivatives of other functions we couldn't do before. For example, what's the antiderivative of the tangent of x with respect to x? Well, we'll write that as sine of x over cosine of x dx, and then we'll do a u substitution. We'll let u be the cosine of x. Du dx is minus the sine of x, and that gives us minus the integral of du over u when we substitute. So that's minus the natural log of the absolute value of the cosine of x plus a constant. If we think about this minus sign, we can bring it up inside and call it cosine of x to the negative 1 power, which is the reciprocal of cosine. So this is the same as the natural log of the absolute value of 1 over cosine of x plus a constant. The minus sign giving us the reciprocal, which is the natural log of the absolute value of the secant of x plus a constant. Both of these formulas are listed as an antiderivative for tangent. Most people keep tangent and secant together somehow because we have the Pythagorean identity that 1 plus tangent squared is secant squared. We have the derivative of tangent being secant squared, and now we have the antiderivative of tangent being the natural log of the absolute value of secant. Let's see how we'd use this in a definite example. How about the antiderivative from 0 to, let's say, pi of the tangent of x over 4 dx. Here we'll let u be x over 4, so du over dx is 1/4, and 4 du is dx. Now, when x is 0, u is 0. When x is pi, u is pi over 4. So this gives us the antiderivative of 4, or 4 times the integral from 0 to pi over 4 of the tangent of u du. And that's 4 times the natural log of the absolute value of the secant of u evaluated from 0 to pi over 4. That's 4 times the natural log of the absolute value of the secant of pi over 4 minus 4 times the natural log of the absolute value of the secant of 0. Okay, secant is reciprocal of cosine. Cosine of pi over 4 is the square root of 2 over 2. So the secant is 2 over the square root of 2, or plain old square root of 2. So this is 4 times the natural log of the square root of 2 minus, now 4 times the natural log of, let's go through this. Secant of 0 is 1 over cosine. Cosine of 0 is 1. Log of 1 is 0. So that's 0. This is then 4 times the natural log of the square root of 2, but most people wouldn't write that way. Most people would write this as 2 to the half power and use the properties of logarithms. That's 4 times the natural log of 2 to the half. Bring the exponent down, and that's 2 times the natural log of 2.